Hey y'all, I want to show you how to provide feedback in Google Docs and Google Classroom. So I'm going to go in and just create an assignment right up here in the classwork tab. And the assignment's going to be just like the one that I have here so that I can show you some of the features. So I created a blank doc, so you can see that here. I named it something so that everyone would have kind of similar titles. And then what it'll do is it'll go through and each student's will be linked to their name. So it'll be like a similar title, but with their name. And so I just put it in with every student will get a copy so that they each get their own. They're not seeing other students. They're not going to be able to, edit the master copy. And when I go in, when me as the teacher go into the assignment, I'm able to go in and look at copies of what all of my students are doing. So I can go into any one of these and look at their essay, and I can provide them feedback right into their essay. So I can write private comments if I want to just kind of give them some information. If it's time to grade, I can grade from right here, but I can also grade more, class-wide in the previous screen. And I can open it in a new window if I don't want to be actually within Google Classroom, because there are a couple kind of additional pieces if you pop it out of Google Classroom, but you have to kind of pop it out and pop it back in. So I can also hide that panel so I can see a little bit better. So me as the teacher gets put into suggesting mode. And so if I want to go in and say, this should include an introduction paragraph. Okay, so let's say that I'm recognizing that this isn't there. So I can actually go in and accept the suggestion if I'm like, no, this is what you're going to do. Or I can go in and say, no, I'm not. My student can also go in and click that out. And for right now, it's just going to stay as a comment and it's just going to be there. I can put in replies. The student can put in replies. They can put in a comment that says, oh, I had forgotten to put that in, and they can put it later on. And you can have kind of a dialogue. You can also, they can say, no, I really wanted to keep it, blank for some reason. And so you would be able to kind of have that dialogue back and forth. You can also make it give them a little bit more strongly of a suggestion. So any Google Doc, you can do the hashtag or the number key, and then you can put in their email address. And so you can go in and put in, at blah, 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 right? So I can go in and put in their email address and click reply, and they will get an email that there is a comment or suggestion in their paper. I can cancel that for right now. So if I accept this suggestion, then what I can do is I can put in actual comments. So if there's something in the paper, I can add a comment. So over here, I can say, make sure you fix this. And once again, I can do in the whole hashtag and their email address so that they get the email. Or I can just put that as a comment. So we can have a discussion. So when my student clicks on this and clicks reply, they can go through and, say their piece of this. And then once you've gotten to a point where, okay, we're good, we fixed all of the issues, they can click resolve, or you can click resolve, and then that comment goes away. So all of those features are in any Google Doc. But the cool part within Google Classroom is I can kind of go in and out of all of my students' essays within the same kind of system. So I can look at each one individually and be able to provide feedback that way, and they're all in one place, which makes that connection and that ability to kind of look through and see, what all of my students are doing and provide feedback as they're drafting their writing is really, really cool. You can also do this with sheets, slides, anything. So if you go through and assign them to create a Google Slides presentation, then you're able to do the same thing. Remember that you want to include that either blank Google documents or slides or sheets, whatever you're working with, or you can give them a template. But either way, you have to start by putting in basically what they're going to be doing. And then once you select that each student gets their own copy, that's when you'll have them all in the same place under student work. So it's a really good way to look at all of what you have. And then you can also like open a folder. And so you can go through on your drive to what all of them are. And if you can look at how it names them, it provides their name in with what's there. And as you can see, because I've typed in this one, I can actually see it's there. It's also, so all of these other ones are blank because I can't see anything. So it would be a good scanning to be able to say, okay, yes, you got some stuff in there, you don't. And that'll show up. It's not showing up here for right now for some reason, but it will typically, but it'll definitely show up here. So any questions, write it down in the comments. And yeah, thanks.